Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. How is everyone? Fitzy Show. I am Fitzy. The bells. Show you a little bit of this abbey again. Showed you last week. Show you a bit more. How is everyone? Monday morning again. Didn't go quick. The weeks and the weekends go super quick. How is everyone? Give me some love on here. Give me some hearts. Give me some likes. Nico, how are you? Good morning, man. How's your weekend? Father's Day. Did they spoil you? Nair, how are you, man? Have you done your morning routine, Nair? Or not? How is everyone? Okay, so going to launch straight into it because we've just had Father's Day. So I'm fortunate that my dad's still around. Super grateful for that. Glad you're out walking again, says Nico. Yeah, I've done my boot camp this morning, Nico. Bit broken. It was quite a tough one. It's one of our tests that we do every quarter. I've got a little dog here now as well. Where's he gone? Hang on. Got a little dog here. It's all right. Spoiled rotten, Nico. Wicked. Awesome stuff. Yeah, so I'm fortunate that my dad's still around. My mum isn't, unfortunately. She died of cancer a few years ago. But yeah, my dad's still around. He's 87. Went to see him over the weekend and was really nice, really good. He is looking a little bit older since I last see him, though. Let's be honest. You know, age does catch up on us. I've got this dog after me the whole time, this little terrier. So yeah, just going to crack on with this Father's Day theme then. So, pop one thing in below, and you know you need to be open to that if you want to do it. Just pop one thing in below that's held you back from your past, that's held you back from your upbringing. Yeah, entirely up to you if you feel comfortable doing that. I'm always honest. Integrity, totally transparent. You know, I've basically told the world everything about me, so there's nothing new. So I'm going to launch into it about myself. So don't get me wrong, my upbringing was awesome. You know, large Irish family, super loving. You know, never an issue on that front, and never, you know, had a great upbringing. And so, as I say, large Irish family, 7 kids. So I was the baby of the family. I was the youngest and the biggest. And I always said that, so 3 brothers, 3 sisters. And I always said that I learnt from their mistakes, you know, as well as taking on the good things that had happened, you know. But it was quite funny, you know, when you see some of the issues the sisters have with boyfriends and things like that over the years. It's quite funny. You know, when I'm only a little nipper, and you see and hear things and all of that. So it's, you know, super interesting, super active upbringing. You know, I had a brother who was only 11 months older than me, and everything we used to do was a competition between us. Everything, yeah. We couldn't walk down the street without it being a race, me and my brother. So part of the reason why I'm so competitive. But there's another reason why I'm so competitive. And I'm going to get to that now about my upbringing. So I just want to qualify this a little bit, right? Some of the gurus out there like to always come up with this inner child thing, yeah? So they're dealing with a client, and the client comes up with something, and they say, inner child, yeah? That's to do with your upbringing, you know, your mother, your father, and all of that. I don't like to do that, but now and again it's relevant. But what I would say is life is far more complicated than that. It's not always just to do with one thing. It's not always just to do with one specific thing from childhood, right? However, on my self-discovery journey, one little breakthrough, big breakthrough actually, that had happened. It was on a Tony Robbins event, this one. There was tears, there was emotion, everything. You know, it was on day 3, which is called the Dickens process, and it's a really deep transformational breakthrough process. And the thing that evolved once I'd removed all the layers, I had this sudden realisation that my dad had never, from my memory, had never given me a compliment, or never given us compliments, yeah, from memory, you know. And I checked it with my brother and stuff like that, and you know, yeah, so clearly he had a real challenge or issue or his own problems with giving people compliments, you know, and that really affected me. I didn't sort of realise it at the time, but all of a sudden I then found myself again being super competitive, trying to be the best, trying to be the first, trying to, you know, and even if I then got a pat on the back, or even if I got a medal or you know, some kind of pat on the back, it was never good enough. It was never good enough, and I could never understand why. And it's only when I unravelled it all, and all of a sudden this sudden, you know, realisation that, hang on a minute, Dad never gave his compliments, never said well done, never said well done. It was never good enough, you know. There was always like an undermining. But what then happened, and I'll just share this with you quickly. Nico says Dad wasn't around much when he was kind of hoped rather disappear again. Yeah, I hear you, man. There's a lot of challenging stories out there, challenging upbringings. So when I found out about, you know, that Dad had never given us compliments, I confronted him, but in a nice, loving way. Not like, Dad, why did you never give us compliments? But I just got together with my brother, the one who's only 11 months old. I sat down with my dad, you know, and just asked him the question, you know, why did you never give us compliments, you know, over the years? And my dad's a tough Irish guy, you know, he's a farm worker, he's a grafter, very, very rarely shows emotion, you know, but on this occasion there was a little tear coming down the side of his eye, and he then told me the story of his upbringing, which I'd never asked before, and that's my own selfishness, or my own, you know, I was too worried about my own little emotions or whatever. But when I've asked the question, Dad has then turned around and said, you know, would you give your kids compliments if your dad never gave you a compliment, never showed you love? There was never any physical interaction with me and my parents, my dad told me. The best I get was a manly shake of the hand from his dad, yeah. And he said my mum was super strict, yeah, to the extreme of, you know, unreasonably strict, you know. So, you know, amongst all of that, there was absolutely never going to be any compliments, you know, and that's the thing. Once I've asked him the question we've had the conversation, I was like, okay, you know what? I've now dealt with this, you know, and the biggest thing, I now forgive you, Dad, you know. And that's the thing, you know, it's not his fault. He's dealing with us, the cards that he's been dealt, or his upbringing. And I hope this resonates with people out there, you know, that we also shouldn't be holding a grudges with parents and relatives if something doesn't quite go our way or benefit us, because sometimes, well, very often people have always got their own story, you know. So just thought I'd share that with you, you know, with Father's Day, and you know, that whole digging deeper, the self-discovery thing, looking into what makes us, you know, what makes us over the years. And I would say there is a piece of our current makeup is our past, is our childhood. However, I'm not the guru that says everything is to do with inner child. Yeah, so don't get me wrong on that. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. And if you're feeling like, you know, digging deeper and digging into that stuff and resolving it and, you know, transforming it, there's various things we can do. You know, there's NLP stuff that I do, some really amazing, like timeline therapy, hypnosis, things like that. You know, the next level is my 28-day program. So there's a link above or below if you're interested in that. Kicks off next Monday. There's 15 people in it so far. Great bunch of guys around me for it, and super reasonable investment amount. If you're interested, click, have a look, and even more so if you really want to join, jump in. Take care, guys. Have a good one.